Jussie Smolett.
They called me a They called me a
Don't ever forget what happened to that French actor.
There's no which way you cut it. I don't need some
They said no
MAGA hat
Jussie Smolett jokes.
as the cherry on top of some racist sundae.
And where were you going?
Subway is open 24 hours for a reason.
Subway.
So that when you hungry at night and you ain't got no food, you go to Subway.
Sandwiches?
We live in a society where,
What a waste of light skin.
as a gay man,
What the hell was he thinking?
you were considered somehow
Justice for Jussie.
to be weak. And I'm not weak.
From now on, I ain't never gonna know you're Jesse.
I understand how difficult it will be
You don't even get the you no more.
to find them.
That you is respect. You ain't getting no respect from me.
That right to remain silent is precious. Welcome to AJ's Rant Room. I'm AJ, and let's get into this. First of all, I didn't know Jussie was still a thing. I thought Jussie was done. I thought this was over. I didn't think we would ever be talking about this again. You know, except in, you know, like reflections and jokes and you know, reflecting on past memes, which I did today on Instagram. You can check that out. But Jussie is still a thing apparently. So Jussie took the stand in his own trial. I think this is one of the dumbest decisions ever. He clearly, I'm pretty sure his lawyers were like, yeah, I don't think you should do that, Jussie. And he was like, no, I want to tell my story. I'm Jussie. I'm light skinned, have curly hair, and I can manipulate the people into believing for the 90th time that I did not do this. Bro, you like if there's something compelling came of this, if he said something at one moment where I can say, okay, that was compelling. Let's look into that. But the fact that you have this mountain of evidence against you and you are still using emotional arguments in the court of law, nobody gives a fuck that you fucked one of the brothers. Nobody cares that you did drugs with one of them. Nobody cares what y'all participated in y'all private time. That is y'all stuff. This is the court of law. You have to prove to a jury of your peers beyond a reasonable doubt that you did not fake this hate crime. And so far, Jussie, it ain't looking good for you, baby. This nigga said the attack felt like Looney Tunes. And it happened so fast, he was getting his butt kicked. Yeah. Usually when people are being attacked, it happens really, really quickly. I know when I got knocked upside the head in the Bronx, it happened really, really quick. And the first thing I was thinking was not, oh, this is Looney Tunes or, you know, anything. I'm thinking to get the fuck out of here so I can at least, you know, live to tell the story, you know? And so, as a person who has been physically attacked on the street unexpectedly, this is bullshit. I know when it's an authenticity that's not there. It's very inauthentic. It's very self-serving. It's very narcissistic. And you know, there's always gonna be dummies who believe him. There are always gonna be them. And these are the type of friends I don't ever want. Because if I fuck up, I want the type of friends to tell me, yeah, you fucked up, and you need to go admit that you fucked up. And so those are the type of people I need around me. I don't need people around me who's gonna, yeah, I've worked with Jussie, and this is just not the person nigga, you worked with him. There are plenty of people I worked with who did fucked up shit, and I would have never thought in a million years that they would do it, but they did it. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Protect them because, what, they're my coworker, because they're black, because they're male? And this goes back to a couple of things that I've been seeing on social media recently about black men being coddled and basically, you know, not having to work hard and you know, black women out earning black men and all these things. And this goes right in line with that. All he do is go on Robin Roberts, clearly lying, and people still believed him. The overwhelming majority of people, I don't think, but it's a really good thing when black liberals are coming out saying this don't make sense to me. But man, I mean, Jussie has made a mockery of our ancestors, and for that there's no real line of forgiveness in that. There's no real respect that I can give for that, you know, because to even imagine for one moment that I can understand what it's like for somebody to physically attack me because of the color of my skin or the perception of my sexual orientation or anything, and then apply all these historical references in the attack. That's what made it so unbelievable. Because, trust me, first of all, Chicago was like 80-something-7% for Hillary Clinton. Where you gonna find these two men just roaming the streets in the middle of a, what they call it, a polar vortex to whoop your ass? They're looking for you specifically. They, you know, like in the middle of a deep freeze where nobody's outside. They're like, yeah, Jussie gonna bring his ass down. Yeah, yo, we just wait for Jussie. Let's do it. I'm sorry, that's not what they were. Let's wait for Jussie. But see, if you was a smart nigga, you would have hired 2 white dudes, or at least 2, you know, very pale Hispanics to come fuck you up. But you hired 2 African niggas to come fuck you up. And then when you got caught, instead of you just say, you know what, my bad, my fault. You know, this just got out of hand. But see, you can't break that narrative, because you have to find the racism in these MAGA people. The racism in the MAGA. And it ain't there. Now, are there boneheads in MAGA? Yes, there are boneheads in MAGA, just like there are boneheads in the Democrat Party, there are boneheads in the Republican Party, there are boneheads in the liberal movement. Boneheads are everywhere. You're always gonna find a bonehead. It doesn't matter what group you're a part of, what you affiliate with, what you like, what you don't like. There's always gonna be a dumbass on the ride, period. End of story. Now, if you met 2 dumbasses in Chicago and they whooped your ass and said the things that you said that they said, I don't know anybody with a logical mind who, if they saw it on camera, because that's what you were wishing for, would say, yeah, that was pretty fucked up what they did to him. I don't know anybody in the MAGA movement who would say, yeah, that was a great thing that happened to Jussie. But it was bullshit. It was hogwash. And you know it's hogwash, but you sticking to the lie, motherfucker. You are sticking to the lie. Keep the lie alive. Keep the lie alive. I can't. It is absurd at this point, bro. Like, you can't even go. Like, if you reneged right now, I think in his mind, the thought process for me, in my opinion, is if I back out now, I'm gonna lose more than if I go forward with the lie. And I think it's actually quite the opposite. I think you gain respect over time for admitting your wrongs. You know, you give people time, you give people just a step back. But for me, there's just, when it comes to the ancestors, when it comes to the historical hurts in this country, especially amongst black folks, that's just something I'm not gonna permit you to fuck with. Period. I'm not gonna permit you to mock that, to use that for some sort of leverage for whatever the reason was. I don't even give a fuck what the reason was. There's no pass for that. There's no excuse for that. There's no reason to do that. Why the fuck would you do? Why the fuck? If I need something, I'm gonna sit here and fake that I'm getting hung and getting bleach poured on me? No. There are other ways to get your message out, your point across. You know, but you could not find these 2 racist MAGA motherfuckers in natural life, so you made them up. And you didn't even hire the right motherfuckers. That just goes to show how bad you are at casting. Let me cast your shit, bro. Yo, Jussie, I'm done. And hopefully, I don't know who the prosecutor is. I just pray to the Lord Jesus that they are great at what they do, have dotted all their I's and crossed all their T's. And another thing I wanted to point out was the resources that were spent. The Chicago PD is very overwhelmed. The Chicago PD is not this little fledged hole-in-the-wall town in the middle of West Bubblefuck that has nothing to do. They have a very overwhelmed plate. All these crimes are unsolved. And you mean to tell me they actually took extra resources and extra time to put into this case because you're a high-profile person? So they want to make sure this goes, you know, the investigation is thorough and that they get to the bottom of it, because this is, you know, all eyes are on this and they want to make sure, right? And so the fact that they did that and came back with the fact that you lied, motherfucker, and then dotted the I's, crossed the T's, made sure it was clear as day that you cannot deny this. Because the beautiful thing that, see, I promise you, if OJ killed Ron and Nicole today, there would be so much camera footage. OJ would still deny it. You got him butchering the people, and he's like, oh, yeah, that's not me, you know. The Bruno Mali shoes, those ugly ass shoes, I would never wear those ugly ass shoes. But OJ, you wore those ugly ass shoes, bro. And Jussie, you're gonna pay one way or the other. Professionally, you've paid, and so for me, the bigger question now I have: was it worth it? Was it worth it? Was it worth it to try to soil a phrase coined by a then sitting president? Actually, a campaign slogan. So, was it worth it? Was it worth it? Like I always ask that question when people do dumb shit like this. You're a man of means. You're a man who, you have attained levels of success that most actors will not, most performers will not. You have privilege. You have access now, and for what? For what? To forever walk around knowing you lied about this, you affected people's lives. There are black MAGA motherfuckers who are sitting here saying this don't even sound like MAGA people. Chris Rock was one of the funniest ones, and then Dave Chappelle roasting your ass was even funnier because I'm sitting here like none of this adds up, and I think all of us were just like, this don't add up, this don't make sense, we don't need this right now, and you're only adding to the mockery and the depiction of black people as perpetual victims. And I am tired of it. We are not perpetual victims. We're very strong people, we're very smart people, we're very willing and capable people. It's just that sometimes we allow emotional things to override everything, and this is why we make bad political decisions. And I'm not making excuses, because we are really at a place right now where we can make smarter decisions. It's just a matter of going about it. I understand that first step can be a little challenging sometimes, but anyone believing that they're gonna go into a booth in 2024 and vote for, I'm not even gonna go, nope, we're not gonna do that, we're not gonna do that. Jussie, you're fucked up. Jussie, let it go. Jussie, you're going up the river one way or the other. Please like, rate, share, comment, subscribe, help a brother out. We are a growing channel, we are a young channel, and hopefully I'm entertaining. Y'all have a blessed day.